Hey everybody, welcome to the tower. I hope you're having a great day. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, I hope I can help you. I hope I can help everybody who watches these videos. Of course, these are tower moments, so these can get kind of nasty. So, don't be surprised when this gets a little bit weird. And maybe it resonates with you, maybe it doesn't. That's fine. All of these messages are timeless, by the way. So whenever you're watching this is when the universe wanted you to see it. There are no star signs. Everybody gets to play. These will not resonate with everybody, and that's totally fine. And, honestly, I hope your life is good enough and great and you don't really need these. But if you do, you've come to the right place. Okay, let's get started. What do I do here? Well, I draw two cards from the Major Arcana deck just like this to find out what your overall tower moment is going to be. And then we look at the bottom of the deck for more information and we'll clarify with 3, 2, and 3. And we'll look at the bottom of the deck for one last piece of information. Don't have no idea what's going to show up. So, could get fun. Anyway, let's get started. Let's go. What's going to cause your tower moment? Hierophant, you're not listening to your lessons. You're not going off of your experience. You're not, you know better. You're walking into a bad situation, or you've walked into a bad situation, and you knew better. You knew better from the very minute that this came up. You've been here before. You've done this before. This is a repeat pattern kind of thing. And I'm not calling you dumb or stupid or anything like that, but I am saying that this is something you should have been able to avoid. This is a lesson that you've learned that you're not listening to. Either you forgot or, somebody is making you forget because you're going like, well, maybe it won't happen this time. Probably that situation because, we got energy around us all the time that leads to your tower moment and that leads to the death card. Never again. I think, yeah, that's pretty. If I were to stop right here, this would say, like, well, that didn't work. I'm not going to do that again. I finally learned my lesson. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson? Old man energy comes out of this, right? But yeah, and then you kind of go, okay, I'm not going to do that ever again. Every time I try it, it fails, and I just thought that maybe this time would work, but no. That's the overall energy of the reading. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment card and the World card. So you're making the choice to end this chapter. You are done. You are not going to ever do this again. This is the last chance. This is the final hurrah. This is okay. We'll try it one more time because it might work. The idea sounds good, whatever this idea is, but you just know it falls apart each time. And this time seems to be no different. You have walked into this pattern, hopefully, for the last time. I don't know what this pattern is, but we're gonna try to find out. Yeah, Page of Cups, Two of Wands, Knight of Cups. Yes. I think this is a relationship with somebody from a place where you know that it just never works out. Uh-huh. Are you thinking about hooking up with that chick at the bar or that guy at the bar that you met last night who seemed happy and, flirty and they said all the right things at the right time when you had a little bit of stuff in your system? You've done this before, haven't you? Yeah. This is kind of what it feels like. It feels like that kind of energy because the Page of Cups on this side of the energy is very immature. It's very childlike. It doesn't mean it's somebody who's physically younger than you. This is just something that is undeveloped. This is a spur of the moment thing that you do. The Knight of Cups is down here. This is like a spur of the moment action. All right? Like, let's do this because you only live once and you might as well have fun energy. This is that kind of energy where you say you're never going to drink again, but then you do it next week or whenever, and you just don't learn. This is that kind of energy where you just make the worst mistakes of your life over and over again, and then it's just like, why does it keep turning out bad? Well, it keeps turning out bad because this energy isn't for you. It's temptation energy. It's test energy. It's, are you going to level up? Are you going to learn your lesson? Are you going to be able to control yourself and say no? Or are you going to fall into the same old routine again? And Apparently, it looks like this is the last time you do it, but you're gonna fall into the same routine again. And according to these cards, you dive in head first. Yeah, you dive in head first without even thinking about it. Even though in the back of your mind, you know it's probably never going to work. It's going to be a mistake. It's going to be this and that and all the other things that you've experienced before. You just do it anyway because you think you know better. Tower moment. Yeah, Page of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Uh-huh. The other side of this fling, the other side of this hookup or thing you're going to do that you said you wouldn't do anymore is going to lead to the exact same place it always does. Drama and the destruction of something new. It's not going to lead in anywhere. It just leads to a dead end with a lot of drama, another mistake, another failure, another fall apart moment, more, you know, you'll even be hard on yourself too, because like, why do I keep doing this over and over and over again? And I don't know. I mean, that's just a question you're gonna have between you and God or whatever. But you you can see that the page of wands up here, that's fiery communication. So this time there's going to be screaming. There's going to be a little bit of drama between you and something or someone else. Probably someone you're probably doing that same old thing over and over again. So the fading dreams of awesomeness that you had the night before just disappear, and you're going to be in a kind of a bad spot. Death card, Ace of Wands. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Yeah, Five of Wands shows up. You're done. You're done with all the randomness, okay? This is it. You don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to be on this road anymore. You don't want to do this stuff anymore. You're getting too old for this stuff. I mean, physically, mentally, whatever. You're just tired of it because it's always the same thing over and over. You want something real. You want something new. So no more random burst of energy. Okay? No more random stuff. No more getting yourself into this kind of situation in the first place. You know, you're gonna think ahead. The end of your life being in chaos here, because every time this happens, it shakes up your whole life, right? There are people in your life that you didn't know, and now you're stuck with them, and you know they might show up and they might not leave for a while, or situations come up where you didn't think they would last this long, and it just keeps affecting your life over and over and over again. But you want your life to be yours now, and you want to bring these moments to a minimum. You're done. You want to think really long and hard on a thing before you just jump in, because it's messed your life up quite a bit. And of course, you're done with the drama. You don't want that anymore. You don't want the headaches. You want your peace. You're done. You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to get involved with anybody if you can help it. You just want your peace and you're quiet, and you want this chapter in your life to be done. You're deciding right now that this is over. No more randomness, no more spur of the moment decisions, no more snap decisions. You're going to try to keep the bad decisions to a minimum. You're going to trust yourself a little more. If something doesn't feel right, you're going to go, okay, maybe I should just back off and go home. And I know that sounds like a sad way to live in some cases, but believe me, this lifestyle can lead to nasty, bad things, all right? And you don't want that. Nobody wants that. And I hope this resonates with you a little bit. I hope that you catch this before you maybe go on your next impromptu adventure, and it helps you decide that, yeah, maybe I should quit. Maybe I should, stop acting like I'm a teenager, or stop acting like, I'm invincible or nothing bad could ever happen to me, because one of these times it's gonna be bad. The death card is here for a reason too. I mean, I don't think it's gonna mean the end of your life. I don't think so, because that's usually not what it is. But the potential that you hook up with the wrong person at a bar or some kind of event and they turn into a complete freak, and you missed all the red flags because, you had one too many, or you're having a good time and you're just missing the obvious red flags that are there. Yeah, this is how true crime videos on YouTube are made. All right, because it's just like, yeah, we trusted him. He was good. He was awesome. He was this. He was that. And then all of a sudden, it's like people disappear. Then you understand, right? This is how you can end up on a missing poster if you're not careful. This kind of lifestyle. So don't do that. I hope you don't get to that point. I hope you don't meet that person, but they're out there. So, the cards are warning you. You really need to make a judgment call to bring this lifestyle that you're living kind of to an end. And I feel like this won't resonate with a lot of people. I mean, I think a lot of people who probably watch these videos are pretty level-headed and they've got a pretty good grasp on their emotions, but this could resonate with somebody you know. This could resonate with a friend who parties all the time. This could resonate with a guy who, is the only thing in his life is his next score, or something like that. This could resonate big on someone else's life that and I feel like it kind of does. So if you know anybody like this, maybe show them this video and tell them to hold back a little bit. You've learned this lesson many times, and the next time could be it. So you might want to back off and reevaluate life. Make the good judgment call and this stuff. And at the end of the deck here, we have the Eight of Cups, which is the energy of walking away. This is the energy of get out, run, leave it all behind. So the whole message here is basically stop living like this. Stop living like you're never going to, like nothing bad could happen, or you're invincible, or whatever you want to say. Okay, don't stop living like nothing bad could ever happen to you, because it has in the past, and it will continue to get worse until you get quit. But it only takes one time to go really bad, and then it's game over for you, and it's miserable for everybody around you. All right, that was a fun read. I'm going to show you the cards, and I'll be done. Here we go. If you are still watching, thank you for watching, and I am usually talking to the void at this point, so thanks, and think about hitting the old subscribe button. Totally free, doesn't cost anything, and I do try to upload once a day. Keep me useful. Guy with the cell phone here, so I'm just doing the best I can. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.